YouTube, I'm back. Now I'm going to do the second video. That's going to be looks versus skills. Now there comes a time in life when a lot of men want to use their skills to prove that skills are more stronger, more powerful, and more effective than money and looks. And like I did with the first video, I'm going to once again explain to you the advantages that skills has and the disadvantages that skills has, and the advantages of looks and the advantages that looks have. So, there's advantages and there's disadvantages. So let's start with skills. Now, men from the ages of 18 to 35, sometimes 40 years old, what a lot of you men need to understand is just because you have a set of skills, and don't get me wrong, the world would be in a terrible place right now if it wasn't for skills. So skills is very strong, very powerful, and effective that way. But skills do have a flaw, and that is, even though you may have maybe 2, 3, maybe 5, maybe 7 or 8 skills, there's always going to be something that has a problem that needs to be solved, and you may not have that skill at that very moment. So the only two weaknesses that I think skills have is that its first primary disadvantage is time. You can have all the skills in the world, but you will never have enough time to use those skills. Like, for an example, there are guys that can fix cars, trucks, motorcycles, computers, TVs, cell phones, and those guys get laid 75 to 80% of the time. Those guys get pussy. The thing is, you're going to be having sex with women that you don't find physically sexually attractive. Let's make that clear. Just because you have some skills don't mean you're going to be banging out supermodels, fitness models, booty models, actresses, cheerleaders, the news lady. You might get the news lady as 50-50 on that, but don't be thinking you're going to be getting women that are 8s, 9s, and 10s. So you might be able to fix cars, trucks, buses, computers, cell phones, and that might get you a lot of ass. But it's going to be by women you don't find physically sexually attractive. See, I had a friend a long time ago. He met this black woman that was 200 pounds, fat and overweight, and she couldn't get nobody to fix her computer because she's not physically sexually attractive. And behold, he came in and fixed her computer, and she gave him some. But even though he had a skill, he still could not understand why in the end, even though he had a skill, why he still was at a disadvantage, because he wasn't physically sexually attractive. So what I'm trying to tell you in this video is you do not want to end up having all these skills and say, I can fix your motorcycle, your car, your truck, your bus, your phone, your computer, and then be surprised and shocked when a female give you some and you don't find the woman physically sexually attractive. It could be a fat white woman, 200 pounds, 300 pounds, 400 pounds giving you some, or you hitting it. Or it could be a fat Mexican woman, and you might get mad if it's somebody's mother or grandmother. Or it could be a woman with kids that needs you to fix her microwave or her refrigerator. So don't get all high and mighty and cocky and arrogant because I said it helps you get laid 75 to 80% of the time. You get laid 75 to 80% of the time, but it's by women that, if you were rich and famous, you would never take out to lunch and dinner. Let's just put it that way. So the skills have advantages, but the skills also have disadvantages, unfortunately. Now, let's talk about why skills can beat out money. See, skills make it where people see you, and then your reputation follows you everywhere you go. They'll say, that's Billy down the street. He's good at fixing anyone's motorcycle. So now your reputation just follows you everywhere you go. You go to the gym, that's the guy that fixes motorcycles. You go to work, that's the guy that fixes motorcycles. You go to the movie theater, they go, that's the guy that fixes motorcycles. You can make money out of that. So now you got a skill that you can now make money out of. And now that sets you apart from the guys who don't make money and from the guys that make money. So it puts you in the middle ground. You're put in the middle ground now because you have those skills. And same thing with cars. You fix cars, trucks, motorcycles, buses, computers, refrigerators, microwaves, cell phones. You fix things, you got skills. And skills will get you laid 75 to 80% of the time. But it's not going to be by women you find physically sexually attractive. It's going to be women you don't find physically sexually attractive. Now, if you can tolerate it and say you just want to get laid just to get laid, then you're okay, you're good. But the men who are stuck on looks, then yeah, that might be a problem for you. So that's why I'm naming off the advantages and the disadvantages that skills bring to the table. See, skills beat out money because skills are more useful than money. Money is if you need to get access to something, but a skill gives you the ability to go further than what money can take you. This is why you keep hearing Ron Wills on YouTube keep trying to tell people like me and you, money will get you into the game, but it won't keep you in the game long term. Excuse me, he has another old saying, looks can only go so far. Which is why I say realistically, that's why I'm making skills. Looks versus skills, because everyone keeps talking about money and looks, but no one really talks about skills too much. Skills is in the middle. So if you can't acquire looks and you have money, but it ain't helping you, wouldn't it make sense to have skills to go with money so you are more of a powerful threat to other people, not other women, but to other guys that are competing for the same woman? So that makes it easier for you to get the girl faster and quicker than the guy that doesn't have nothing to bring to the table. So you bring money and you bring skills, you can't go wrong. If all you do is film, like I do, that's a skill. I film. And you see I have a t-shirt, right? A lot of people assume that I'm already a film director, but in order for me to make that into a reality, I gotta recreate my website all over again, which again, if you make websites, that is a skill. So it can be used to get people's attention. And that also makes you into an alpha male because you got money, but you have skill, and skill attracts people's attention. And when people see that you have skill, they say, man, you look good. You look good with them skills. That motorcycle, you hook that motorcycle up. Man, you fix everything. Now your reputation's got out. And somewhere in there, women are going to find out about that reputation. So that's the biggest advantage that skill can give you. The biggest disadvantage that skills can give you is if you are upset that it's a woman that's 200 pounds, 300 pounds, 400 pounds, fat white woman or fat Mexican woman letting you have sex, or if it's someone's mother or grandmother, or if it's a woman with kids. That's one of the biggest disadvantages that skills have. You get laid, it's just not by the women you see in the movies and the TV shows. That's what I want to make perfectly clear and understand. So it'll help you 75 to 80% of the time. Just don't be whining and complaining when the end result is it's a woman you can't see yourself taking out to lunch and dinner. But at least you got laid, and you're not that guy who's crying on the internet in his mama's basement because ain't no one looked at him twice. At least you're not in that predicament, because you could be in that predicament. Women from the age of 18 to 29, the only way they will give a guy a shot that has skills is if he has skills and money. Now, so that's a case where we call that the rule of the exception, meaning she'll say, normally I don't mess with guys that are not physically sexually attractive, but because you have money and skills and you know how to fix everything, you're very useful. Now, the last disadvantage to skills is as soon as she can't think of no purposes for you, you're finished. That means you're done. That means you're no longer going to be hitting that ass no more. So as soon as she's seen all the skills you bring to the table with the money, and she can't think of nothing to be fixed, you're done. That's why you see guys with skills keep finding more skills. I'm gonna fix a house up. I'm gonna fix an apartment up. You know, I'm gonna go work for the city and go fix this building up, or I'm gonna help them build a subway train station. That's why you see guys with skills keep trying to attain more skills, because they know that if all they bring to the table is just money and nothing else, then the girl can leave. So the guy gets skills and money, and then he goes out with the money and go get more skills to keep it going. That can last a good 3 years, 4, 5, maybe up to 7 years before the girl say, okay, it's been nice knowing you for 7 years. Bye-bye, see you later. So some guys are happy with, at least I got the girl for 3 years, or at least I got the girl for 5 years, or at least I got to keep the girl for 7 years. At least I got her in her prime before she bailed up on me and she hit the wall. Which we all know in some of those sad stories, the girl comes back to you because she knows what you can provide. I'm just trying to explain the advantages and the disadvantages of having skills. 75 to 80%, it'll get you laid, okay? I'm just trying to help you guys so you guys don't be wondering what happens when you get put in this predicament. You fix a toilet, same rule. You're a cable man, same rule applies. So I don't want no one talking about in the comment section, what about the cable man? Cable man be getting them some ass too. The plumber, you know, the car mechanic, they all be getting them some ass. I'm just trying to explain to you the skills are more powerful and effective than money. I'm just trying to explain. Now let's talk about how does it lose to looks. I had to explain skills, and I got to get back to the looks again. Now with looks is like the championship belt. Nothing's never completed without the championship belt. You know how they always say in sports, I've accomplished everything, but there's just this one thing I have not done in my career. I have not won a championship. Think of looks as that and nothing else. Now, looks, on the other hand, beats out skill because it goes back to what I said in the first video. Not all women, but some women watch too much television, too many Hollywood movies, too much social media, and they have a picture in their head. They want a good-looking man with skills. The problem is you got a lot of men that are not physically, sexually attractive, but they have all these skills and all this money, but they're not good-looking. And you see, money, it can help you get skills, and skills can attract people's attention, but if a woman is concerned about your looks, this usually fails. So looks win just because it's looks. So now that I explained that, I could come back and make a third video, but I'd rather save that third video for a Tuesday where it could be a bigger topic and explain why specifically what I say. So these two videos will be streamed back to back. So the first one's going to be called looks versus money. This one's going to be called looks versus skills. So both videos are together basically. And the third video will talk about could, status rival the looks. Like, does YouTube help you in place of not having looks? Does promoting yourself help you more? And by the way, just so you know, that the reason why I'm throwing skills in here is because that's also a part of requirement of self-improvement. You already seen my self-improvement video, and in the future, I'm going to make a future self-improvement video on the rules of self-improvement. Everyone talks about self-improvement, but nobody talks about the rules. I had a video for that last year, but my phone got broke and I had to buy a new phone, and it's on my old phone, so I have to do the video all over again, unfortunately. So until then, peace.